Wow, I mean, just take a look. It's gorgeous right here. So I'm gonna check around it. Oh snap, elephants are coming. What makes Namibia one of Africa's most beautiful hidden gems? Let's find out. Random traveling black guy.
Back again, this time in Namibia. Yeah, I'm traveling to Windhoek, and of course, got to tell you about all the things that are upcoming.
After Windhoek, we've got stunning animals in Okonjima and Etosha National Park, the Himba tribe, the Skeleton Coast, Soussusvlei, and we've got a lot more things to come.
I am so excited to be back in Africa, so let's go.
I've traveled a lot, but finally I've made it to the beautiful motherland of Namibia. It's the 15th largest country in Africa and is roughly the size of 2 Californias. It's the second least densely populated country, only beaten by Mongolia. And despite all of this open land, there is a lot of rich history here, like these 600 million year old Gibeon meteorites and the Independence Memorial Museum. So, back in the city of Windhoek, which means windy corner, and it's really windy right now. Outside of the museum is the statue of Samuel, or Sam Noyama, the first president of Namibia. He served 3 terms and he finished in 2005. He is actually still living today. He's considered the godfather of Namibia, and I think he's around 93 years old, so congratulations to him. Gonna go upstairs and check out the National History Museum. Inside, they talk about the anti-colonial resistance and national liberation movement of Namibia. I'm very interested to see that. Glad you guys could join me, and let's get out of this wind. I couldn't fathom the despair and anguish that went on during this time period. My parents taught me a bit about the Namibian genocide, but I never got the full depth of this disaster. Back in LA, we went through our own set of issues, such as close friends losing their lives or ending up on the streets. The feeling of hurt and strife from back home is palpable in this museum. This was tragic. It was truly eye-opening and gave me goosebumps to see such vivid artistry of one of the greatest travesties in recent history. The anti-colonial focus of the museum stands in stark contrast to its neighboring landmark, which is the most famous landmark in Namibia, Christ Church, built in the early 1900s as a marker for German national pride. "What we want is our land," quoting Alex Uapela, whose parents survived the extermination of their community. After spending so much time thinking about the lives lost for the liberation of the Namibian people, it puts Christchurch into a different context. That was quite the sobering experience. To lighten the mood just a little bit, we're going on a tour around the city, but more specifically to a township of Katatura. It's known as the Hood of Windhoek. When traveling through the hoods of LA, sometimes you can feel the tension in the air. I didn't feel that here. Unfortunately though, I did feel the poverty. It's quite amazing out here. Beautiful people, beautiful food. While we explore the area, we're going to a women's empowerment group. But first up, I hear Katatura has a great market. Let's see. All right, now look, I was told this specific spot was a must stop for their cooking. Y'all know I love finding new meals that are fire, so this was exciting, but not that exciting. Those are mopani worms, a vital source of protein for the area. So I'm gonna go with the steak. After trying it out, and there's that killer salsa with it. Travel House, this food was so good I forgot to buckle my shoe. Man, that was delicious. Now on to Panduka Village, a women's empowerment center. It's an NGO that was founded in 1992 to help women in bad situations. It gives them a place to earn a living and create beautifully crafted works like these. Currently, almost 500 women are employed by the organization, which also supports nearly 1,000 tuberculosis patients across 19 clinics. The people of Katatura show an amazing sense of resilience. Katatura translates from Ochi Herero, the indigenous Bantu language, to the place where people do not want to live. But the people here have truly made the best of their situation, and I hope to carry their positive spirit with me for the rest of my journey. Top of the morning, back again. Now we're about to leave Windhoek. I'm very excited to show this. I've been waiting to do it. We're going to go check out Etosha National Park, the Himba tribe, the Skeleton Coast, Sossusvlei, and a couple of other things, so come on. Before the park, we're stopping in a few places along the way. We made it to Okahandja, which means two rivers that flow into one. And yes, as we could see behind me, or if you can, probably out of focus, but this is a small town where some of the Herero people live. It's a ways out from the city. The Herero and Nama people were the victims of a German-led genocide from 1904 to 1908. Nearly 80% of the Herero and 50% of the Nama lost their lives during this genocide, which is also known as the precursor to the Holocaust. But the people of this region have stayed strong, and right now, they're about to have a funeral procession. So we're gonna check it out. We've made it to the Okonjima National Foundation, and beautiful as you can see. There's so many protected animals around here. The oryx, which is the national animal of Namibia. They also have zebras and a bunch of other animals. I'm about to jump in the pool because it's just getting too hot, but I love it though. And with that, it's time to call it a night in Okonjima. We left Okonjima this morning, rise and shine. We got our tents together. It was raining heavy last night and this morning, so fun morning. Now we are on our way to Etosha National Park for 2 whole days. And on a side note, apparently there's this sign that we found behind me. A traditional doctor who could help you with a lot of things. Fascinating. I think they have a guy for everybody around here. Well, back to the road. We finally made it to the world-famous Etosha National Park, and our first stop is a major watering hole. Wow, this place is amazing. Pretty hot outside, but nonetheless, I cannot wait to get this underway. Hopefully we can catch the big 5 today. If you know what those big 5 are, drop a comment down below. We're not gonna waste any more time. Let's see some animals. What a beautiful day. You can see the sun is setting. We have finished everything in Etosha National Park. Still the sunset, stunning. Since we're in northern Namibia, tomorrow we'll be heading to the Himba village. I've been waiting to dive into their culture for a while now. Excited for that, read a lot about them.
We're by the water hole and I can still see that red. Still the sunset, stunning. Have a good night. Random traveling black eye. Good morning. Slept well, slept very well. I'm still kind of out of it, but I had a wild time. It's been amazing here. Then on our way to the Himba tribe, yes, and see all of their wonderful traditions and take it all in, and hopefully hear some music too. So let's go. So we made it to the Himba tribe, and the funny part was I think we had alternator issues, battery issues, and it was supposed to take hours and hours on end. 4 to 5 hours, turned into 2 hours, turned into just over 1. So credit to Gregory, credit to those 2 guys who were taking us here. You guys are miracle workers. It's about just over 90 degrees, very hot in the African sun. The place is gorgeous so far. We're about to get to see firsthand how their culture is, see the smoke bass, a traditional dance, and you know me, haven't found any indigenous instrument yet, but I do like foreign music.
The Himba people are semi-nomadic and primarily reside in northern Namibia and in neighboring Angola. The region faces a long, consistent history of droughts, making their way of living a true feat. They have even developed a way to maintain hygiene in one of the driest climates in the world, using smoke baths. As pastoralists, the men are rarely seen during the day as they're out tending to the animals, while the women tend to the children and build huts in the village. Himba women are often photographed and used to advertise Namibia due to the red hue of their skin from the application of ochis. It is made from fats, butters, and red ochre. It's applied to the skin and hair as a beauty standard, but also provides an ingenious sunscreen in the harsh and arid environment. Sometimes the resin of Omu trees is added to ochis as a perfume. I didn't find an indigenous instrument while here, but the women showed me how they unwind with a bit of singing and dancing.
Gotta love the traditional African dance.
Next up, we're passing through Damaraland on our way to the Skeleton Coast. I've got to say, the view of the region was absolutely stellar. So glad we stopped to snag these shots along the way. I mean, tell me this is not amazing.
What an incredible day. Tomorrow will be the Namib Desert. You know what's in the Namib Desert? Well, if you don't know, the Skeleton Coast. And I'm gonna tell you more about it tomorrow.
Good morning, Travel House. We are in Dops Teak Hoopte,
which is a metaphor for pour me a shot, which we're about to have one. So yes, we left the area and we are on our way to the Skeleton Coast. So we're just overlooking everything right now. Beautiful area, beautiful. Look behind me. You see that? You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. I'm loving Namibia. Continue to follow along and see where this journey takes us.
We've made it to the Skeleton Coast, and our first stop is an abandoned oil rig.
We are here at the Skeleton Coast, just one section of it because the Namib Desert goes pretty deep and pretty far. You can see right behind me is an oil rig that's defunct. There was a crazy story about 2 Germans who came down here, said they would set it up, looking for oil, ran off with the investment money. Yeah, that's not cool, but it happened. We're gonna check out this oil rig that just the remnants are still here, literally in the middle of nowhere. So you see nothing, still very, very, very fascinating. Let's check it out. There was actually a coyote that just ran out a second ago. Sorry about that. I don't know if he was eating or not, but yeah, here's the infrastructure of everything. And as you can see, it's just rusted over time. It's just crazy that it's out here in the middle of nowhere.
But now we're off to the coastline.
We made it to the beach of the Skeleton Coast. As you can see, it's a little chilly out here right now, but nonetheless, stunning. And the crazy part is you could see a lot of the animal skeletons. So it's quite interesting coming to a beach and it's, you see remnants of other animals. And but the view is perfect, overcast, but still beautiful. Tomorrow, Sossusvlei coming up.
But before that, we're gonna make a few more stops.
We are at Cape Cross, a seal reserve, the largest seal reserve in Namibia for obviously seals. Smells horrendous because but this is where all the seals are hanging out, doing their thing. We saw some fighting, be nice. Their official number is unknown, but word is they can get up to around 210,000. But I said not to get too close because yes, they do bite. Oh, almost walked in right into one. That wouldn't have been nice.
This has been fun and all, but with that smell though, ooh-wee, truly rank because of the seal dumpings all around. Still love the area, but let's get out of here. Time to check out the stunning area of Walvis Bay to explore the only place in the world where the ocean connects with sand dunes.
Yeah, so we made it to Walvis Bay. We are on the Millionaire Road. This is one of the more beautiful spots by the beach in Namibia. We are currently looking at flamingos.
I was told there tends to be more of them around the winter months, but still a nice pit stop.
Right now, we are going to the dunes, and we may slide down, we may not, and there may be more.
The drive was so serene and peaceful until
one of us has a flat tire. Probably my 4th or 5th time that's happened in a different country, but it's a part of the adventure. It's very interesting when it happens, but they're hard at work. Interesting fun fact, if you remember the last Mad Max movie, it was filmed out here, and especially the truck scene where it's like weaving back and forth. And there were 2 other parts where it was filmed in other parts of Namibia. I have to remember where those were.
With the tire back on, time to continue on to Dune 7. This coastline belongs on the list of natural wonders. I mean, for real. I've been a lot of places, but I've never experienced a place like this. 2 endlessly vast environments that cannot be found next to each other, literally anywhere else in the world.
On Namibia's northern coastline, the stark beauty of one of the world's oldest deserts meets an Atlantic current rich with sea life. The result is a temperate desert coastline unlike anything else on Earth. The dominant feature of the region is the Namib Desert, an arid environment of towering sand dunes, dry riverbeds, and empty canyons. Namib means vast place, and this desert's long stretch of empty beach and dune are often described as lonely or bleak. However, a closer look shows that the desert is alive with unique reptiles, insects, and plant life. Unbelievable. After a great night's sleep, we hit the road for one of our last stops that hosts the tallest dunes in the world. Welcome to Sossusvlei. I'm ending the trip soon, and we are at Sossusvlei, the places I was very excited to see. And more specifically, being in Sossusvlei, we are going to see Deadvlei, where yes, we see the dead trees that have been there for a long time. And so, without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking about this and show it for y'all.
Soussusvlei is a specific salt and clay pan within the Namib National Park, but also refers to the wider area, including so many other sites. First up, we're climbing Dune 45, the most photographed dune in the world because it's easily accessible compared to many others, and you are allowed to climb the 170 meters or roughly 560 feet to the top. Dune 45 and the other dunes in the Soussusvlei area are known as the Star Dunes because the wind in the area blows from all directions. The 5-million-year-old sand here is known for its red color from its iron oxide content. Like so many places we've explored in Namibia so far, it really provides a special kind of serene quietness. If you can avoid the sound of your fellow tourists. Up next, we've got Deadvlei. The name Deadvlei means dead marsh, which as you can see is quite apparent. Once upon a time, there was water here. And now it's this super dry, amazing photo op. The dead camel thorn trees trapped in this clay are estimated to be 900 years old. They turned this clay pan into a unique, breathtaking environment. And now it's time to rest up.
Coming back to you, and that was an amazing, amazing journey. It was great to be in Sossusvlei, and I can honestly say, like, getting around to the end of this trip, Namibia has been one of the more fascinating places I've seen. I mean, the landscapes of this country is just absolutely unbelievable.
From the coastlines, to the dunes, to the plains, it really was a sight to behold. The food in Katatura was killer, still have some of the spices. And the traditions locals shared with me are unforgettable. It was truly an honor and a privilege to return back to the motherland and to share this journey with all of you. Thanks so much for joining me, Travel House. Be sure to like and subscribe to see the other hidden gems I found around Namibia this month, and stay tuned next month for my next adventure. If you can guess where I'm off to, drop a comment down below.